Welcome to Our Life on location. I am super excited today because I will be sitting down with Miss Diana Patterson of DNP Productions, and we'll be talking about her play that's coming to Houston on July 9th. Everything Grows in the Valley, A Few Good Men. And when I tell you, if you haven't seen the flyers and the posting, these men are fine. So sit back, get your popcorn, and get ready because when I return, I will have Miss Diana Patterson herself with me, and we will sit down and peel back the mask on everything that grows in the valley, A Few Good Men. So we'll be right back.
Houston, get ready and save the date. DNP Productions, Performance with a Purpose, presents an encore presentation of the critically acclaimed Everything Grows in the Valley, A Few Good Men, at the Stafford Center Theater, July 9, 2022. Tickets go on sale May 2nd at the Stafford Theater box office.
And we're back, guys, and I have the Miss Fabulous Diana Patterson, the CEO of DNP Productions, here with me. So we're going to start peeling back this mask. Thank you for coming to sit down with me. Thank you for allowing me to come on location to sit down and talk with your actors for the play. But I want people to know that you are a film and play director, author, and the CEO of DNP Productions. I don't know how you do it.
I don't either.
I don't know how you do it, but yeah. What is the one thing that caught your attention to go into film and play directing? Because I know that's not easy.
You know what? It's intrinsic for me. I've been a creative being. I was born one. I think I was one before I got here. I don't ever remember not being creative. I remember as a very small child, my whole world was creative, make-believe. And it just evolved into something that was, that eventually became my passion. I can't imagine my life without creative writing, without creating anything, to be honest with you. I'm just a creative being, and I think it's just a natural, intrinsic birthright.
Give us a little breakdown because we're gonna take a little break eventually, and we're gonna bring in your daughter,
Okay.
which is in her production right of helping you put this all together. So, but give us a breakdown of what it takes to make a play because it's not easy.
Ooh, it's not. You know, the funny thing is, the writing of the play, which is what I do, is the easy part, at least for me. Because when I write as though I see a film playing in my head, and I'm writing what I see. So the actual writing of it is the easy part. It's the production aspect that can be very complex. You need a team. Seriously, you need a very good team, a very committed team, and a team that's a visionary like yourself, that buys into your vision, because, you know, in the famous words of Erykah Badu, you're protective about when you create something, so you don't want someone to come in that's not buying into your original vision. But there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and that's where my amazing team comes in. My daughter Royalty, my daughter Lanisha, they're just amazing. My daughter LaShawn is actually a part of my team as well, and all of my daughters actually, in some way or another, are playing behind the scenes. So when you talk about the technical aspects, when you're talking about marketing, you're talking about promoting, casting, all those things, it takes a lot of work. But the miracle of it is, I remember when I first moved here, I really didn't know anybody here. When I did my first casting for my play, my first audition, a lot of people said I had to pay folks to promote, and I had to pay folks. And I said, you know what? I have one source, and that's all I need. And when I tell you the alignment, when I tell you when God makes a calling on your life to do something, He'll give you every provision you need to ensure that it is a success.
That is very much true. But you said the writing is the easy part. And I'm looking at you like, you said all bunch of stuff after that, but I'm looking at her like, what you mean the writing is the easy part? Because a play is not, you're not going to do a 30-minute play.
Yeah.
So that to me is so not the easy part. Before we take a quick break and add Royalty into the conversation, what inspired you to create this play?
Wow. it's actually a really funny story because I had released my book, which is now, as you know, an Amazon #1 bestseller. Everything Grows in the Valley, and I decided that I wanted to write a play to tell my story. But as I began to write my play, and I didn't have this conversation with anyone outside of myself, it was between me and God, but it felt very monolithic, it was just like a monologue, it's a lot of what I experienced was in the valley and I was alone. And even though I was writing it, there was still something that was not connecting for me. But again, never told anyone that. But I started a Facebook Live series called Everything Grows in the Valley, Intimate Conversations with the Author. That evolved into, as my daughter and I kept watching the show, what we realized is a lot of the women that had read my book that were coming on as my guests were talking about unresolved issues of brokenness in relationships. And me being a life coach, that intrinsic part of me wanted to fix it.
Yeah.
But, when you're talking about issues with men and women, I can only speak from one perspective and one lens. And I wanted to bring some men to the table to give them some insight about what a male's perspective is on relationships. So I started a special edition series called Everything Grows in the Valley, Intimate Conversation with the Author, A Few Good Men. Brought some real good men on my panel. I had Paul Green, Damian Valentine, Kenneth Grissom.
And they are mad.
Yes, they are. They are. I love them, but they keep it real.
Yeah,
and that's what I wanted, someone that was going to be honest with these women, because they need to know really from a male's perspective, what is it that men see and expect and want and desire in a woman. And we started watching The Views, my daughter and I, the royalty, and my daughter woke me up one morning. It was early, and I was shocked because she sleeps in. She sleeps in on the weekend, and she was up before I got up. And I go in the kitchen. I'm looking at her like, "What you doing up?" And she had that look on her face, like, "Mom, I want to talk to you, but I need you, just don't say anything, Mom. Just listen, be open." And I was like, "Lord, this girl, what now?" And I know it had to be a God thing, because she said, "Mom, you're such an amazing writer. And I see this show going somewhere." She said, "Why don't you write a play about, a few," because we had already been talking about how there's so many negative stigmas in the media about African American men. She said about relationships that could help heal a lot of women, especially when they see things from a different perspective. And we started talking about it, and when I tell you, instantly I connected with it. And she was shocked, because she was ready for the fight. You should have seen, she was braced. Like, okay, I got my debate, I got my argument, she was ready. And she looked at me like I was crazy, because I agreed. And I changed shifts. I said, okay, I need to do this. And the reason I say writing is easy for me is because no one will believe this, but I wrote this play in 3 days. And when I tell you, but now, I want to be careful when I say that. When I say 3 days, I mean, there was some spaces in between where I created here first.
Yeah.
So by the time I'm writing it, again, I'm just writing a movie.
Yeah.
What I see in my head. The characters have already been created. And how I write is I create my characters first. And then I create the backstory, and then I build. And so it was very easy for me. And I was just so grateful to my daughter for, her vision of seeing that I could do this and that I could create this. And she's been on board since. And she's promoted. Anything I needed and she's such a perfectionist. She's hard to work with, because I'm good on great. Like, I'm great. Like, if it's great and we're around the corner from excellent, well, no, I won't say great. I'm not great. I'm excellent, but I'll take excellent. But she's perfect. So when you work with perfect, when you work with perfect and you want excellent, and you should see me and her bumping heads. Sometimes I'm wondering, who is the mother here? Wait a minute. Like, when did this? I'm trying to. Is my play? Yeah, okay. But she works hard at making her mom look absolutely incredibly amazing, because she knows how I am. Yeah, and I'll see it on the back end and I'll be mad later. And she knows that, so she's like, "No, Mom, because you're going to look at it later and you're not going to be happy."
That's very important. So we're going to take a quick break, and this individual that she is speaking about will be sitting down with us, and she is a stickler. She is a stickler. So, yeah, she is.
Girl,
prepare for this, she won't be out. So we'll be right back with the fantastic Miss Royalty. We'll be right back. One. And we are back, guys, and I have the fabulous Miss Royalty sitting next to her mom, Miss Diana. So thank you for being here. You are the CEO of I Am Fly, and you are one of the fabulous team members that your mom has to put this play on. Everything Grows in the Valley, A Few Good Men. So tell me, what would you say, Royalty, is the hardest thing for someone new trying to do plays?
Trying to do marketing. I think that's the biggest thing, is, putting the word out there about the play. But on top of that, I think first and foremost is finding a great cast. Because you can sell out, but if your cast isn't great and if they aren't all the way in and they don't show up and show out, then you just sold out and you put on a poor performance in front of a lot of people. So when you're blessed like us to have committed cast, talented and good off the stage as well. So when you're surrounded by positive energy, and you could tell that they're passionate about the acting, so it collaborates well with her vision. So all in all, I would say get you a great cast and market the heck out of your event.
Okay. Have you always been creative? Because your mom has that creative spirit. So does that flow throughout all of you?
I believe so, yeah. Ever since I was little, I was kind of a loner. So to just give you the backstory, a lot of times I would play by myself because I didn't like the games that everybody else was
You
playing.
have sisters.
Yeah, I had sisters, but they like playing different games. No,
I got
different
you.
games. Yeah, but we had a lot of fun together, but we had imagination, so we would create these little worlds. And sometimes even when I would be by myself, I would create these worlds mentally in my imagination. And now that we're older and seeing mom even writing plays, writing books and things like that, that's what we do. And we were able to do that during school and in extracurricular activities as well. But yes, I believe it's genetic.
What do both of y'all want to see people take away from this play?
Wow. You know, we are living in a time where there are so many individuals walking around with brokenness. And the antidote is really love, right? My writing is a creative expression of love and healing. And for me, what I really want from the audience is that they walk out with a different lens on life that starts internally so that they can heal something within them that allows them to show up and live their life of fulfillment and purposeful. And, you know, to really have a lot of compassion for what another person may be experiencing. Because a lot of times when we go through life, we're only looking at it through one lens, and that's ours. But we have to be able to have the capacity to have enough compassion to step outside of ourselves and realize you're not the only one that's broken. Because hurt people hurt people. So what I want to do is I'm writing this play to heal people.
Okay. What about you?
I agree with everything she said. I appreciate her for writing it because for me, growing up with an active father, a good father, and then growing up with grandfathers, uncles, cousins, just surrounded by good men. So I know that they exist. And so you hear conversations from other people and they're like, they're not out there. And I'm like, yeah, I know a lot of them. What are you doing not to attract them into your life? So I feel that shedding the light on good men and the things that they go through, because they do go through things, but we look at them to be so strong and just take everything thrown at them and they're just supposed to be okay. And now you have from a woman's perspective saying that, look, I understand the struggles that you go through. I understand you as a man, even though I'm a woman and it may be a different dynamic, but I see you. Because that's a lot of things that guys are misunderstood. So to shed the light on that and to be able to be a part of that is incredible for me, because now not only do men who may not have had an example of a good man growing up and they're struggling within themselves, now they get to see through this play how to react to certain things, whether it be your choices in business or your career, your choices with your children, your choices in your marriage, and different things like that. Now you see it another way if you didn't have that example. And then on the flip with the women, they get a perspective of what you should expect. Mm-hmm. Because a man is only going to do what you allow him to do. And not only that, you have to love yourself enough to attract a man who will treat you with the utmost respect. And the same with the guys. If you're not healed, then you're just going to get with a woman and hurt her, and vice versa. So let's heal yourselves first, men and women all together, then come together and have that beautiful union that everyone can have moving forward.
So before I will let you tell us about the play, where they need to go with their tickets and all that, and your social media information, looking back at your life now, and you're still young, yeah, and you're in the entertainment industry as well, what would you say to the young you? What would you tell the young you?
Be patient, and I would also say pay attention to detail. I think I kind of moved really, really fast within my career, and I think that I didn't pay attention to quality. Mm-hmm. I was paying attention to quantity, mm-hmm, because I wanted to get there fast. Mm-hmm. And so I needed to bump my head quite a few times, learn what I needed to learn so that when I do business with other people, if they can't do something, guess what? I have the skills to be able to do it. So that's the main thing, because you have to understand marketing, you have to understand videography, photography, you have to understand minor details that other people may not see, because in the audience you don't know who's paying attention to what. You know what I mean? So every single thing, you're not going to be perfect, but if we can strive to get there as close as possible, that's what Mom wants. So yeah.
She gonna fight y'all.
Yeah. So I would really say, and heal yourself. Because your business and your placement within the industry is only going to be as healthy as you are, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, because you can gain a lot of success and lose it all simply because you didn't have yourself together within yourself, or you can allow the industry to tell you who you are, and then you don't know yourself. So I would say go within, learn yourself, heal your issues, and then just take every single opportunity that comes your way, and don't hold back, don't look back.
You just gave a whole word.
Yeah, a whole word. A whole sermon, baby.
Word right there. Tell these people where they need to go, buy these tickets, at all of the above. Please.
Wow. So the play is July 9th of this year at the Stafford Center of the Performing Arts in Stafford, Texas. Begins at 5:00 p.m. and tickets can be purchased online at the Stafford Center website, which is staffordcenter.com. And again, also on our Facebook page, all of our social medias actually. And we have actually a fan page, A Few Good Men. We have the link there as well. This is not a play you want to miss. Again, it's in homage to our kings. I am so sick and tired of the negative stereotypes of our kings. I have been blessed my whole life to be surrounded by absolutely incredibly amazing African American men, and I honor them, I see them, and this is a tribute to you.
Stephanie, you want to give your social media and DNP Productions social media?
Oh, I didn't give DNP. Everything's DNP Productions for me. DNP Productions.
Yeah, and everything is at Ironfly LLC.
All right. So guys, we'll be back in my home studio with our first leading man, Mr. Chris White. So hold on, because we'll be right back.
Get started.
So welcome back, guys. We just had a phenomenal talk with the producer of Everything Grows in the Valley, A Few Good Men, with Miss Diana Patterson from DNP Productions. And now I'm sitting down with one of the phenomenal leading men from this cast, Mr. Chris White. I'm trying to find out if we're related because we both got the same last name, but I don't think we are though. So how are you today? Thank you for hanging out with me for just a little while because I know you're very, very busy.
Yes, ma'am. I'm well right now. I'm actually doing one of my other professions as we speak that has to do with the arts, little music right now. But I'm glad to be here and to be on. And I don't know, we may be cousins somewhere down the
Where
line, somewhere, second or
where your
third.
people from?
Okay, so Georgia, Detroit, and Arizona.
We not related. I don't have nobody in them areas.
Nobody.
No, I'm from Louisiana, family in LA. So no, mm-mm.
Okay.
Nobody in those areas whatsoever. So how long have you been, well, you do music, am I
Yes,
correct
ma'am.
on that?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been in entertainment and what made you get started? From music then to acting, because that's two different things.
Yeah, it's funny. I've been doing music for like 15 years, but the acting is relatively new, and the acting is what actually brought me back to music after a little break. I've only been acting for 3 years, about 3.5 years now, and
Mhm.
after that first gig, it just kind of took off. I didn't go looking for acting.
Do you like it?
I love it. I've grown to love it. The art of
Really?
really being somebody else just to tell a story. It was
Mm.
intriguing to me. Like you have to be this other person so you can tell the story properly. If I don't get into this character, you're not gonna get the message that the writer and director are trying to give you. So it was
Okay.
intriguing to me. Like this is cool.
Okay. I've done voiceovers and stuff like that, but not acting. So I don't
Okay.
I don't know about that. And I guess what I do now, I kind of act a little bit because I have to put on a whole nother persona.
Right.
I can't be the person I am at home when I'm on TV. So in a sense, just a little bit, not
Makes sense.
much. So what made you decide to be one of the leading men in Everything Grows in the Valley, A Few Good Men? What intrigued you about this project?
Honestly, the family it came from. Miss Diana Patterson, love her and her
Yeah.
family to death. So they made the decision easy in terms of working with her. I just want to do my
Mm.
part and tell the story with respects to her vision. So yeah, that was the
Can you
main.
tell us, that was the main thing?
Mm.
Can you tell us just a little bit without her choking me and you? Just a little bit, just a little, just something to get people thirsty
Right.
of what they're gonna see with you.
What they're gonna see specifically with me is a man who is hurt, and doesn't know how to express it in healthy ways. So it leads to other mess. I'll let you guys speculate what that other mess is. You know, it could be a lot of
Yeah, don't
things.
get me
So
caught up because I don't
I
want to
ain't
get
get
in
you caught
trouble
up.
with her.
Nah,
Don't
nah,
get
you
me-
know I got you. I ain't gonna tell you too much. Just know this play is gonna deliver a lot of people. So that's the goal.
Most definitely. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? Still doing music, or strictly acting, or still both, juggling
Still,
both?
still producing music, still acting. I think with the acting thing, I may end up falling behind the camera too, because I like being behind the scenes with the music. You know, just the producing side of things. So I could definitely see
Mhm.
myself falling from in front of the screen to behind it in the next 5 years.
I think everybody in that entertainment field should know the front and the back.
Yeah,
I say that to people I meet and young people I meet all the time. You should know the front and the back of what you're doing,
yeah.
and not just one side of it. What type of music do you produce?
My main is hip hop R&B. But
Okay.
I've been working on some gospel things. I've done some pop things. But I mainly got into it by actually creating music for like plays, movies, and shows. So
Okay.
uh, then I kind of slowly transitioned to the other stuff. So
Okay.
I love it.
So, from my understanding, are you traveling now, or you're gonna be traveling very soon,
I'm traveling right now. I'm in Indiana right now.
doing music?
Yeah, I'm in this big old studio right now
Oh my.
with some artists.
What would you have told little Chris, young Chris, growing
Oh,
up?
get started sooner. And I started early, but I was get started sooner.
How old were you when you started?
I would say about 24.
Okay. But
When
you
I
would
started like
tell,
entrepreneur, like this is after me, I finished playing football
mm,
and I had to do something with my life. So I started my own business, right? That's when I really started around that age, 24, about 24, 25. But I wish I would have started at 20.
okay.
You know.
What would you say to anyone else that's trying to get into this field, especially our young men? Because we see so much negativity about young men in the news every day. What would you say to our young men trying to get into entertainment? May it be music, may it be acting, whatever.
Uh, I would tell them to make sure they got tough skin. You're gonna hear a lot of no's. You're gonna hear a lot of things you don't want to hear. But if it's important to you, you'll find a way, and instead of finding an excuse. So that's what I would tell them.
You definitely have to have tough skin.
Woo, don't you?
Because I had to grow, yeah, I had to grow some. Yes.
At least, yeah, that's the thing. You can grow it.
Yeah, I had to. If
Yeah,
I had to, because I cried many days.
yeah.
So I definitely have to grow some tough skin. So give us all your contact information. Don't put your phone number out there. Give us your contact information. What would you want to leave with everyone that needs to go out and get their tickets for this play on July 9th?
um, if you're looking for an experience and not just a play, a true experience, get your tickets. It's gonna be here before you know it. The Stafford Center where we're hosting this play is a mega theater. It's gorgeous. You're gonna love everything about it. Uh, and then the cast that you guys are getting, we're all, let's just put it out there, we're all believers, right? So we're
Mhm.
doing this with God, leading with God. That's why we're doing this. So um, there's no way you guys can lose. There's no way you
No
can lose.
way. No way
But
at all.
you can find me mainly on Instagram. You can find me at Dub Artistry. That's DUBB _ artistry. And that's on IG. Like I said, I'm a little bit everywhere.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'll adopt you as my cousin.
Uh-huh.
Some
I
other
like.
relatives from
All right,
Georgia
cool.
and Detroit.
All right, cool.
So, cousin, thank you for sitting down with me today. And I'm looking forward to meeting you on July night. Looking forward to the play as well. So thank you very much. So guys, we will be right back with some more of Miss Diana's phenomenal cast from Everything Grows in the Valley, A Few Good Men. So we'll be right back.
Throwed Off Entertainment is a Black-owned entertainment company that we started in 2019. There are 4 equal partners: Lanisha Patterson, Antonio Vines, Paul Green, and Christopher Clay. We are film directors, actors, content creators, writers, cinematographers, video editors, graphic designers, and the list really goes on. Our pride and joy is actually comedy. We are comedy actors that love to make people laugh. We are also event hosts where we not only do interviews, but we provide certain services to individuals who want their event brought to life and remembered. We also have our own comedy podcast, which is stationed right here in Houston on Boss Up Network. And we are here to provide opportunities in the city of Houston. We're always seeking talented individuals to be a part of our work, and we love networking and collaborating with other individuals and companies that are interested in what we're doing as well. So we are definitely here to stay. Don't forget about Throw It Off Entertainment. Follow us today.
We're back now with Everything Goes in the Valley, A Few Good Men. We have their leading ladies here with us, and when I tell you, they cut up. So can each of you introduce yourselves?
Sure, I am Lanisha Patterson. Everybody calls me Nene. I play Olivia Howard in the play.
I am Matilda Washington. Everybody calls me Maddie. I play Angela Singleton in the play.
My name is Christian Adana. Nobody calls me, and I play Alicia Monroe.
And my name is Jasmine Rowland. I play Lisa, and yeah.
And yeah, that's it.
That's just it.
So I did say they cut up. And see, we can't even get them to introduce themselves correctly. So what inspired each of you to start doing plays? And how long have you been doing plays?
I have been doing plays since I can remember, and
You have no choice.
yeah, I was gonna say, of course, I have no choice because my mom is the playwright. She's Miss Diana Patterson, so she's always had us in the arts. I've been doing plays. As a matter of fact, one of my earliest memories is when I was in high school. She actually came in and did our Black History play for my high school, and I remember, no offense to the writers before that, but I wouldn't go do any of their plays because I really didn't like the quality of it. And so when she came in, she changed everything. And it was one of the best plays that we had. Just the education component that she added into it and really giving the backstory from, slavery until, where we are today. The way she did it was just genius. So yeah, I've been doing it since I can remember. She's my inspiration and definitely want to keep doing it.
And myself, well, I never seen myself being an actress at all, actually. I always thought it was for somebody else. So it was quite awesome. I was actually sitting on the board for a boys and girls event, and then she, Miss Patterson, asked us about the play she was doing, and if I would like to go and participate.
So this is your first go. This is your first time.
Yes. Well, it was my first time in 2019, I think. And well, this is my first play I've ever done was with her, and she gave me the opportunity to get my feet wet and get out there. So, and oh my gosh, it's been awesome. It's been definitely a growing process, and I'm excited.
I think I see a tear.
Back to lashes.
What about you?
So I have been acting since elementary school. I grew up in New Orleans, Alabama, and in New Orleans we had a pilot program at our school where, depending on what grade level you came in at, you might be taking foreign languages or you may be taking drama. And so my grade level was selected to take drama, and that's kind of where I not fell in love with it because I knew I loved to entertain, but I started honing some skills. And, just did some acting here and there. High school was in theater. Initially was a theater major in college, but decided to switch majors when I became a mom. And so I put that dream on hold for roughly 2 years. About 3 or 4 years ago, decided to get back into it because my daughter graduated high school and she went off to school, and I was like twiddling thumbs, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself right now. And I said, let's get back into acting. And now she's a college graduate and I'm still acting. So, that dream is no longer deferred.
No, it's definitely not.
I started, I believe, in 2017. So that was my first project in theater. 2017, I saw an audition for Josephine Baker. And I was a huge fan of the Lynn Whitfield version of Josephine Baker. I was like, oh my God, I just love Josephine. Let me just go and try it. And so I went to audition and I landed the role. never had any theater background, no classes, no training, nothing like that, and I landed. And so that was the snowball effect of me getting into theater and film. So I had a late start, but I'm so great.
It's never too late to start. Yes, never too late.
That's okay, because you're walking in your purpose.
Yep.
Sounds like all of you are. What inspired you to do this play? Everything Frozen, ballet, a few good men. What inspired each of you to do this play?
You know what's funny? I'm gonna give you the real story up front and then the backstory as to why. So I'm gonna bust my mom out. So I came in to help with the audition. And when I came in the door, she said, "All right, go up there and do your part." And I was like, "What?" I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, "I want you to try out. I just didn't tell you were gonna be doing it." So I remember that she had her, the men in the play were the panel during that time for your audition. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing this. And I went up, did the part for Olivia, which I have now, and they loved it and was like, okay, you need to probably play that role. So that was the real story about how, But once I got into it and really, going through the play with my mom, rereading it, we always proofreading and stuff for her. And just the behind, the backstory of it was amazing to me because I knew it was a story of healing. I'm sure they said earlier, it's just all of the stigmatism about Black men in society. It's always negative. Every time you see a movie, every time you watch the news, every time you hear music, you hear a song or whatever, anything about the Black community is almost always negative. And so to have someone want to bring positivity in the Afro community, that was important to me. And I was like, man, I really stand for this. This is something important and serious, not only on the men's part, but the women's part as well. We can be great mothers and fathers. We can be successful. We can have money, we can have great friendships, and you don't see those things nowadays on media. So I thought it was important what she was bringing.
Yeah, and for myself, it was actually an opportunity for me to see myself doing something that I always be like, somebody else can do it.
Yeah.
And it's just like to push myself out there, through what we say a tall paper barrier, tall tissue paper barrier, right? And to give myself that opportunity to see myself in a different light, like that was really exciting. And then when I dug into reading her script, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is awesome. Like everyone is always talking, like she's saying, negative about her men, but I was like, just the storyline of how these men are actually really there for their significant other, and it's just like, and the things that they go through. So
for me, it's very similar to Nisha. I came on to do something else, but I tell you, when God speaks to Diana Patterson and she speaks to you better not say no. So so I came on to just dancing, that's it. I was gonna be a little extra on the stage. And she needed to fill a role, and I said, well, let me see it. And when I read the script for that particular role, and I said, I promise I will not let you down. And so really that's how I got drawn to this production.
I know it's gonna probably sound redundant because the only thing different is I got asked to be in it, not to help, but I got asked to audition. So kudos to my homeboy. Oh, thank you. But the reason why I got into it, because again, just to piggyback off of everybody else, it's nothing better than for us to tell our own narratives.
Yeah.
And with this script, Miss Diana did a phenomenal job, like Nene said, and everybody else, to shed light on the positive images of our Black men. Because statistics say Black women are the most unprotected species on this earth. And these men, these profound men, for different, types of relationships, the single mom with the kid, the woman that doesn't have, has security issues, insecurity issues. These men cater to their women genuinely, and that's something that we don't see. We don't read. We don't see a lot in film. A lot of those images since the Cosby's, just to be a part of such a a dynamic, positive play, it's an honor. And everybody here, everybody in the play, they're phenomenal. Like, who wouldn't want to be a part of this cast? Who wouldn't want to be a part of this production scene? Like, they're amazing. Amazing.
So, I had the pleasure of speaking to one of the leading men that wasn't able to be here with us today, Mr. Chris White. I told him he's my adopted cousin now, because we both have the same last name. But I did tell him, give me a little tea from your part, but don't do too much, because I don't want no problems with Miss Diana. So I said, give me just a little something. So give me just a little something, because I don't want her to chase me down the street. Don't give me too much.
It's like ministerial.
Give me just a little of y'all part. So each part you play.
Yeah, so Olivia, I always tell people Olivia is me. in a sense.
I was just about to ask you.
Yeah,
it's
so
gonna be you, or is you gonna be Olivia that's on Adderall and
you know, maybe Olivia with a little less me. Mimi crazy. Mimi a little crazy. Everybody know that. But you know, when I started reading Olivia's part, I felt like it was manifestation, because Olivia is like a career-oriented woman, young, vibrant. She's very outspoken, and you can tell from her role that she may have had issues in the past with relationships. And so dealing with her current issue, the way she responds to that, I think has to do with, you know, things that she may have dealt with in the past.
Okay, I'm gonna cut you off, because you're gonna give me chase all the way down.
No, that was it. That's all I was gonna say. I didn't give nothing else. That was it. That's all I gotta say.
All right, moving on.
Miss Diana coming back like,
Yeah.
don't say nothing else.
Oh my goodness. So I play Angela Singleton, and like myself, she's hardworking, and a lot about her character, it really is some of the pieces of my life. Like I'm hardworking, you know, and I will work to get my goals done no matter what. And so the same thing we find with Angela, she's out there working really hard, and then she's in a relationship with this guy, and so she's really trying to figure it out.
Go ahead. They trying to get me caught up down the road somewhere and get my head busted. Next.
So,
I'm playing Lisa. And Lisa, just like all the other women, intellectual, very into her career, and she's in a dilemma. And you're gonna love her, you're gonna hate her.
I like that.
And that's it.
I like that.
You want to go next?
Oh, sure, I'll go next. So my father had this motto, this quote, this phrase that says, while yet a breath, a hope remains. And I feel like that quote embodies everything that Alicia Monroe is. And that's how I get it.
Give me one word, each of you, before we close out this segment and we bring in some more supporting cast. But give me one word, each of you, that you think that the audience should take away from this play.
Healing.
Whoever wants to go next.
That was a good one, though. It's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if y'all want to if you want to go with that word.
Well, sure, I'll say strength.
Reflection.
That's the word.
There was a good word.
That's the word. Okay. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have some more of Everything Grows in the Valley, a few good men cast members with me on this set. So we'll be right back.
The cards tell a story if you're willing to listen.
What has gotten into you these past few weeks? You haven't been all here.
Do you know the rules, Marlo? Yes, King, I know the rules.
I think you need a refresher.
There's always two sides to every story. Well, I'm going to tell you my side.
What will you choose? Who will you choose? Will it be Lawrence? You have a decision to make.
We are back, guys. I don't know what to say. Her cast is off the chain. So now I have several individuals with me. I'm going to start with my friend at the very...
Hey!
Please introduce yourself to
My name is Chris Clay, and I'm gangster number 2.
Okay.
My name's A.D. Green, and I'm gangster number 1.
So they got gangsters in there.
That's what I play, bro.
Come on. Come on.
I am Antonio. I am Antonio Vines, and I am playing the dude. Not the dude, but just dude. Just keep it dude.
You see what I'm talking about? Okay.
I'm Aria Hope, and I am playing myself, Aria, the jazz vocalist in the play.
I'm Janitra Walls, and I'm playing Maya.
I'm Tamara Jacobs, and I'm playing E.C. Livingston.
And I'm Tamara Brown, and I have the distinguished pleasure of playing Miss Patterson.
Miss Patterson? Yes. Maya, you sound like your character is trouble.
No, Maya is pleasant. Maya's bougie. Maya's totally the opposite. I'm trouble, but Maya's not. Yeah.
How long have all of you been acting? You doing plays?
20-something years. 20-something years.
Okay. Wow.
2007 for me.
2007.
You want me to be honest?
I'll be honest.
Since I was in my mom's stomach.
Okay.
Come on. Since middle school. Since middle school.
I started in 2017.
Oh, wow.
2007.
So I have veterans sitting down here with me. What inspired each of you to start acting and doing plays? And
For me, everybody on my dad's side is an athlete. And I had the athletic build, but I could not get the sports. I couldn't do it, you know? I always found like I was at home when I was in choir or when I was on stage doing theater. And so anytime anybody would come looking for Aria, if they're looking for her in the sports, my friends would be like, go check in the theater or the choir room. So yes, it just feels right.
Me, I have to say, part of what started acting was probably my mom, because my mom was probably the first play that I saw as a kid. So I was like, I could probably get into this. So she really just kind of, her artistic spill kind of rubbed off on me. So it's partially thanks to my mom.
that is your purpose. I've met you before. You are... You are to me truly walking in your purpose, because at times I think you stay in character your whole time that you woke, that you were woke. You just in character. So AD, you have the musical background as well.
Yeah. It started with me doing my first play like in the early 90s. I always known with theater arts. So like I said, the music kind of inspired me to try to venture out and do a little more.
I like the art of storytelling, like just the art of
bringing life on stage, or in just reaching people, meeting people where there are a lot of people have stories that they're not verbal about, they don't want to tell anybody, and they go and they see these plays, and it's like life changing for a lot of people. So I just
I would say for me, back when I was in middle school, I just loved to make people laugh and just act silly. And my classmates would say stuff like, "Well, you need to get in the drama club because you always, making people laugh and acting silly." And so that's how I got started. And I just got into drama and just loved it and just kind of just stayed.
For myself, similar story in that my children were grown and I was an empty nester and I needed something else to do besides just gardening, which I do love. So decided to jump out and get on stage, and I've always been just one of those people with life of the party, so I got to do it and now I get paid for it, so woo!
What about you?
Well, mine started in church. I was always the DF in the ministry. So,
I'm scared to ask.
I know.
What
Yeah.
is what is
damn fool.
Oh, okay.
So, started in church and it just sprouted like wildfire. So,
And there it is.
there it is. I cut the grass every time.
Oh my goodness.
So,
What inspired each of you? Give me one word that inspired each of you to be a part of this play. Everything grows in the valley of people in there.
because everything grows in the family.
That's very
That's
true.
it.
That is very true.
Everything grows in the family.
Gross.
there's a limit. No.
You bring it in the
I'll bring it up in here.
You said one word. I would say hope.
Nurturing.
Call.
What?
Call.
Call?
Yeah, call. I got called.
AD, come on. Just, do y'all say what I mean?
I have to say, the struggles we face and adversities, just standing out, like she said, like on fate, just one more.
So what would each of you like to see the audience take away from this movie?
Real life experiences. How to overcome. To see everybody goes through the same thing.
And you don't know how to overcome it. Some people.
A lot of people go through things that they don't speak about.
There's just good men out there. There's good men out there.
It is.
Period. People always see stereotype about black men.
Yeah.
So just good working men that handle their business. So
And the women.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just the commonality of, when we talk to our own personal families about life in general and things that they're going through. And this is a showcase of different opportunities where you can learn and you can share and grow together as a community and as family members and just help each other out. That's why we're here. So I'm proud of this production. It's wonderful. It's really good.
I would like to say what I hope people say from this is that yes, we all went through some things. We're all going to be going through things even till the day we die. But it's what you do with what you've been through. Like you can either take it to break you or make you. Because I done went through hell. Oh, can I say that on here?
You done said it. It's okay. Keep on.
But I've been through it, and it's like, instead of letting it break me, I let it make me. I'm like, okay, I've been through stuff, but I didn't let it define me. I just let it push me to a forefront. I'm like, okay, I've been through it. Now I can actually say, I've been through this, bro. It's nothing, bro. Sis, it's nothing. There's not really nothing to it. You can actually make it through if you just put more faith in yourself than you do into everyone or everything else.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the beginning or they want the end. They don't want to go through the middle.
Yeah.
So I keep saying that title, Everything Grows in the Valley, because that's where you get your learning from. That's where you grow and that's where you start developing who you are. So if you go through that valley, just go through, don't stop in the fire. You're going to make it out at the end. So it's a really good play. You know, it's a really good story behind it. Really good actresses, you know.
You better preach.
I think essentially the main purpose of even the title is to help people change their perspective and how they see things.
Yeah.
You know, you can have a lot of different people in the same situation, but they all see it different ways.
Exactly.
And when you see it different ways, you handle it different ways, you know? And so, yeah, I think it's a different perspective on the stereotypical, you know, way that men are seen. And like you said, to show that there are some good people.
So, don't do whatever you're gonna do in the play, but give me just a little sample, not from the play, just something of hope, inspiration, spirit, healing. Give me a little something to take us out of this segment.
I was born by the river in a little tent, and oh, just like that river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gon' come. Oh, yes it will.
Oh my, awesome. I gotta sit that right there for a minute. Thank you. Thank you all for sitting down with me. So guys, when I return, we'll be back with Everything Grows in the Valley. A few good men with these leading men that will be sitting down with me when I return. So we'll be right back. And we are back with the cast of Everything Goes in the Valley, A Few Good Men. And now I have, in my last segment, the leading men. I had the opportunity of speaking to my newfound cousin, Chris White, one of the leading men, yesterday on an interview with him, because he wasn't able to be here today with you guys. So can each of you introduce yourselves? Everyone has been at least sharing their name for the play. So, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, now. I'm Paul Green. I play the role of Kevin Monroe.
I'm Terrell Robbins, and I play the role of Jeffrey Sr.
You somebody's daddy.
I'm somebody's dad.
Yeah, Damian Valentine, I play the role of Derek.
That's Kenneth Grissom, the role of Eric Burnett.
Okay. Nice to meet all of you.
Pleasure.
So what?
That wasn't what we were.
That was what we were.
I told you I shouldn't did it.
See, we gotta do what he
We gotta
Let's do it one more time.
Keep recording.
Go ahead.
What would you like?
Go ahead, Paul. Start it off.
What would you like for me to ask you, sir? Oh, you want to introduce?
Yeah, do it again.
One more time.
Yeah, do it one more time.
We gotta do it right. We had to get.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
So, again, Miss Diana Patterson's cast is a little out of the day off the chain. So here, we're gonna do this again. We're not gonna cut out the first part. We're gonna do this again.
Okay,
We're not cutting out the first part. All right. So I've been sitting here with the leading men, and as you saw before, we introduced them, but one of them informed me I didn't introduce them correctly, so I need to do this again. So, let's see. What would you like me to pick up? Okay, you just want. How do you want me to pick up?
Just ask me like who I am.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't introduce ourselves correctly. It wasn't even on us. It was on us. We apologize to the people.
Again, this is my show.
We got to get the fans what they want.
So, sir, can you tell us who you are?
Yes.
And the role you play.
Definitely. I am Paul Blaze Green. I play the role of Kevin Monroe.
I'm Terrell Robbins, and I play Jeffrey Sr.
I'm Damian Valentine. I play the role of Derek.
I'm Kenneth Grissom. I play the role of Eric Barnett.
That's how we were trying to do.
It's
we
all right.
We rehearsed. You know what?
I'm going to my trailer.
No, go to the circle. It's hot outside. It's hot outside. It's hot
So,
outside.
like I said before, I'm gonna be in deep prayer for Miss Patterson. Her cast is off the chain. Jesus. What inspired each of you to start acting?
What inspired me to start acting? To be honest, acting was not in my vocabulary whatsoever. I didn't care to act. I didn't have no plans or intentions on it. I got in it merely on accident. Someone told me that they had a role available, and they were just like, "Hey, you want to play this role for my friend?" And I was just like, "No, I was thugging. I was just doing me. You know what I'm saying?" No, I wasn't thugging. but that's how it happened. And they asked me, did I want to play? And the role that they offered to me, it was a police officer role. And I'm a police officer. You know, I do
In the real world.
Yeah, in the real world. And he played a side piece, and I was like, well. And he's good looking and tall. That was the description.
So you thought that was you?
And
so it was me.
You thought it was you?
I'm used to playing a side piece. And I was a police officer. It just all worked out
Well, acting has always, entertaining has always been in my life. I just, growing up black, you don't go to school for acting in my area of growing up. So I did the science and math area. But when you have a passion, when you have it's something in your heart, it's gonna always draw you to it. So once I jumped into it, it was like a snowball effect too now. So it's been since 2015.
Been doing it for a while.
Yep. And I don't see any stopping. I want to get a role on the side piece. Yeah, I got that too. I'm gonna be, that's my next side piece role.
Let's see what you have to say.
Yeah.
You want to be a side piece?
I've never played the
side piece.
It's the
thing that to my brothers, you know. Not in the acting world. No, no. So for me, I came up in theater arts in school. So I'm an artist. Like I paint, draw. I went to the Artist Institute, and in high school I went to a magnet school. So we had theater arts, we had dance, we had art, and I was in all those classes. Being a music artist too, you're doing a lot of acting. So as a music artist, we shoot videos, and you're constantly acting, cut in front of the camera, behind the camera. So this is something that kind of came natural to me. My boy Paul is the one that called me and told me about this role. Yeah. So I'm blessed to be here. He told Diana, he said, hey, there's somebody that I think would be good for the role, and that's how I'm here.
Well, I ain't never been a side piece. I've always been the piece.
That was so smooth. You can't do it. I've always been the piece.
We rehearsed that too, but he got that one.
Yeah, he got that one right. I'm going to use that right there. I like that one. Yeah, thank you.
My first role was actually in 2019 in Diana Patterson's first rendition of A Few Good Men. I was in the medical field for over 15 years, and I was poised to make a lot of money. I was going to be a director in radiology, so a lot of money. That's what I did. I was looking to do that, and circumstances brought me to another point in my life in which I couldn't do that anymore, and so I became a thespian, and met all these guys. Most of these guys know me. They spent some time with me, and yourself and Diane. I've known Diane for quite some time now, and I'm here to dispel the myth that black people just don't do things right. Yeah, I'm here to give everybody what they want.
All righty. What was it about Everything Girls in the Valley, A Few Good Men, this play that caught each of your attention to be a part of it?
For me, it was the title alone, A Few Good Men. Like I say, I've been part of plays for about 5 years now, and none of them held a title as strong as A Few Good Men that stuck out to me. And once I read the script that Ms. Patterson provided for us, I was immediately hooked. And I wanted to be a part of it. Actually, she came to my first play that I ever did. And when I met her, she was just like, hey, I'm writing a play. It's called A Few Good Men. I want you to be in it. And I was like, A Few Good Men? I like that. I'm down. I ain't even read it yet, but when I read it, I was hooked. I was done.
For me, it was the message after reading out, because I was brought in as well after the audition. So it was the message that the play had, because I read the script first also. So I was like, oh man, that's what actually drawn me into this one. That's why I will be in it until she stopped running. So she doesn't have to worry about me not coming back. So because the role that I played as well, it hits close to home. So the message, when it's just going to touch somebody in the audience that needs to hear this, because somebody's going to be going through one of the scenarios or something that's in this play. So if they want to get that message, is come on to the play.
For me, it really hit home for me because my character is Derek, is somebody who's really trying to have a relationship with this, the girl that he's dating, her son.
Don't not wait a minute. Like I told the rest of her cast, don't get me busting head on this
And chase that.
Well, no, that just, I'm not gonna tell you the play, but that's just who I am. That's who Derek is. And for me, I have a personal attachment to it, like I said, because I got custody of my son when he was 10. So I was a single father. So for my whole life, I was always called this good man. And, I'm like, you don't even know me yet, but they're like, no, I see you with your son. And it was kind of like a compliment, but at the same time, I sat back and I said, you know what? It's crazy that a black man gets complimented for doing what he's supposed to do. So I've always had some kind of attachment to it that I was happy about it, but I was always like, man, it's crazy that I'm getting this praise for something I'm just supposed to do. So it showed me how many men out there wasn't doing it. So when I was able to be a part of this play, it hit home for me. So I'm glad to be a part of it and not just tell Derek's story, but also some of mine too. It's just a little different, but yeah, I love it. I'm glad to be a part of it.
What about you, Tim?
Well, this place seems to match a little bit of what's going on in everybody's life, whether it be relationship, financial, and for myself, the role actually matches me, except for the age part, except for the making all that money. But getting there. We all get there. We all gonna get there.
Yeah.
With the help of Diana Patterson, you're gonna see us on that big stage one day.
Amen.
But for myself, I have always been an advocate for black men, and I don't like to see what the news, the social media portrays us as.
Yeah.
We only know how to do this, we only know how to do that. So if I do my part and give a positive rendition of what a black man is supposed to be, then certainly I'll do that.
What do you guys want to see people take away from this? I've asked that question to everybody. What do you want people to take away from this? Not just coming out and fellowshipping with people and having a good time, but actually diving into the scripts that you've been diving into week after week. What do you want people to take away from that?
Well, that black men are common men like every other man.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see. We have more issues than you, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Every day I wake up, you don't know what the hell's gonna happen to you.
Yeah. I'll say the world needs to see that the black man is more than what you think they are. We're above average. We work harder than what it seems that you think, that we do. We love our women more than you see, than, the media portrays. We're not the toxic lovers, we're not just good at sports and music and, all of that. To be honest with you, the black man is one of the most respectful out there because we come up in that church and we come up with the yes ma'am and no ma'am. And it's so crazy that the media portrays us in a different way. and we're something totally different. I get friends that are not of color that tell me, they say, man, you don't seem black, like a black person. And I tell them, no, I don't seem like the black person that the world has been showing you.
Yeah, yeah.
So for us, we get an opportunity to just show the world like the authentic black man, our relationship, our love, and I think we're gonna educate a lot of people. And the crazy thing, not just people that are not of color, our own people too.
And mine is two-part too. And y'all almost hit on it too as well. One thing I want people to get out of this play is forgiveness, because you never don't know what people are going through, how they react to whatever's going on is what it's not on us, it's what they're going through. So one is forgiveness, two is love. They're gonna see different ways that black men show love in this play as well. Everybody love doesn't look the same.
Exactly.
So this play is actually giving different renditions of what that love actually looks like. And that's what I love about it too.
Yeah, so it just I want people to take out of it, you know, that every relationship is different, and even though you're going through what you're going through in your relationship, there's somebody else that has been through it before, and there's ways to get out of it, and there's ways to make it work. You know what I mean? And in this play, A Few Good Men shows that the scenarios that are going on stage is something that everybody can relate to. If it hasn't happened to you, you know somebody that went through it. But there's a positive light on the other end of it, you know, and just like they say, we're portrayed as negative men amongst men, you know, and the light that it sheds on the guys that are acting in this, it's just showing that there are good men out there. Every man ain't the same. Some of us are out here actually trying to make things work rather than run from our situations. You're taking a moment to reflect and think about it and be like, hey, you know what? This is what I want. This is not what I'm going to run away from. So I just want people to take out of this that anything is possible, you know what I mean? And there are a few good men out there, rather than people always saying, you know, oh, black man ain't no good, or, you know, that stereotype that they shoot on us.
Listen to them ladies, he's trying to tell you.
Yeah.
They say it ain't no good men out here.
They say it.
But you're looking at some of them.
You're looking at some of them. So there are a few good men out there, and the title stands for itself, you know.
So guys, we're gonna take a quick break. I've been informed that her cast, I'm terrified, has prepared a skit for me to do with them. I don't think they're ready for me. So I'm terrified, y'all pray for me. But we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back, whatever it is that they prepared for me. So we'll be right back.
Mo, baby, I just want to say thank you for coming to hang out with me again. I know I missed your birthday.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm truly sorry about it. But to show you how much I apologize for it, I did something special for you.
What you do?
Got you 2 tickets to
got me 2 tickets.
To A Few Good Men.
That's all. Thank you.
Like,
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
the show starts at 5.
Okay. So you drive?
Wait. Was it a reason you just looked over there? No. Do you know any one of these guys?
No.
Are you sleeping with any of them?
You gonna let me answer?
No, I'm not gonna let you answer nothing. I'm running this.
Oh.
All right? Next time I'm sitting there talking to you, you don't look over there. You don't look at nobody.
Oh.
You just did it again.
Yeah, I did.
Do I need to slap you in your face?
I wish you would.
I tell you what. If that's the way you're gonna act, if that's the way you're gonna act, walk home.
Good.
Man, are you all right?
I'm fine.
We see you fine.
He gonna give me these 2 old tickets because he missed my birthday and he don't want nobody to look at it.
Ah, okay.
What tickets did he give you?
He gave me tickets to a Few Good Men.
A Few Good Men. The one on July 9th?
Yeah, I'm going. I'm gonna take the tickets.
Oh,
He not going. One of y'all wanna go?
Today's your lucky day. You just met a few.
Yeah, one of y'all wanna go? Cause I got 2 tickets.
Hey, we're gonna already be there, so I'm glad you're coming too, because this scenario is, you're gonna learn a lot from this actual scenario right here, man. You can see that there's a lot of good men out here still. You don't have to go through this.
You don't gotta go through this.
You don't have to go through this.
You know what? Tell us, why have you been staying in that situation for so long? That man disrespects you. A few good men want to know. Convenience. Does he pay the bills?
Yeah, he was.
Well, I guess I can understand that, but
It was convenience.
really.
But after he missed my birthday for the 5th time.
The 5th time. Well, you want me to go get you a cake right now?
Thank you.
Because that's what a few good men would do.
That was sweet though.
And we also got to get her to work with you on self-love too, baby. You got to love yourself first before you let anybody come in and love you. So let's work on that. Hey, we're going to see that July 9th at the Players.
Definitely, I will be there on his dime.
Man, I ain't got nothing to say on that, man. You won.
Mo, you still talking to me? You know what?
Oh, he back. Oh, he back. He back. He back. He came back. Y'all won.
A few good men July 9th at the Stafford Center.
Yes, sir.
Come see us.
We'll see y'all later.
All right.
You still talking? And
I told y'all to pray for me today.
She didn't know what was going to happen.
I didn't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna take a quick break so I can compose myself and get my clothing made together. And we'll be right back with a few closing words from the CEO of DNP Productions, Miss Diana Patterson. So we'll be right back.
Houston, get ready and save the date. DNP Productions, Performance with a Purpose, presents an encore presentation of the critically acclaimed Everything Grows in the Valley, A Few Good Men, at the Stafford Center Theater, July 9, 2022. Tickets go on sale May 2nd at the Stafford Theater box office.
As you can see, guys, we are back. I made it through that skit. And we're getting ready to close out the show, but I could not close it out without having Miss Diana Patterson back with me so we could talk just a little bit more about the play. I had amazing time with the cast.
They're hilarious. Listen, when I tell you what God aligned this, I believe in divine alignments. And every one of my cast, and I call them my family, they're my babies. I love them emphatically, every one of them was chosen for this. And when I tell you I'm so in love with all of them and just so honored, their creative spirit, their talent, and the way they pour into me. I mean, I think they know this is a huge project. And just to have their support and listen, their talent, you all are going to be amazed at what you see manifest on the stage.
Because I saw a little bit of it right here, and they were just sitting down having conversations with me. Stafford Center, July 9th. What people need to do?
I have been blessed and honored to have been loved by, difficult to talk about, two of the most amazing men on this planet, two of the most amazing black men. My father, Joseph Horn Jr., and my ex-husband, Myra Wade Patterson. And they embodied characteristics that honored me as a woman. And even after me and my ex-husband divorced, he still honored me. And as the mother of his children. And the images that I see all throughout my family were of powerful, amazing, loving Black men. And I'm so doggone tired of the negative stereotypes of our kings. And I just wanted to pay homage to them and say again to them, I see you, we see you, and tell the world through my lens what I see in our African American men. They are honorable, they are powerful, they are intelligent, they are amazing, they are loving. They are all those things that we need. And they are a projection of God. And so this play gives a perspective of what the truth is, not the few, because the problem is the few are seen like that because of the perspectives that are placed out there. There are a lot of good men out here, Black men, and I want the world to know it.
So what's next for Everything Grows in the Valley? A Few Good Men. What's next for DNP Production? What's next for Diana Patterson? What's next? Is this turning into a movie?
Yes, I am actually in the process of completing my screenplay. I am transcending this into film. I'm also writing my play. My lead actresses my lead actors, the females, got on me about writing a play for the women.
Okay.
So I am actually in the process of writing the women's story, Everything Grows in the Valley, Ascension from the Valley. Okay. But we are taking A Few Good Men on the road, and Atlanta will be our first stop.
I'm coming to. I'm being in Atlanta.
We're going to Atlanta, and we're going. I have about 5 cities. I'm looking at Chicago, LA, and a few other cities. We're going to take the story on the road because it needs to be told.
Oh yeah.
Again, I'm getting into some film production, and listen, DMP Productions is going to be a and you got to put it in the universe, and I'm gonna say multi-billion-dollar industry that's going to transform and change lives. And my cast is going to be the catalyst that allows it to happen. So my team, my production team, my amazing daughters, I'm just so honored. I'm just this little person that God chose to do a great thing, and I don't want to disappoint God.
Well, you not disappointed. I don't think you disappointed me at all. not at this point. Thank you again. You guys, Stafford Center, July 9th. You definitely have to go out. Get your tickets. Tell them one more time where they can go, because you're not doing tickets at the door, right?
No, you have to purchase. Listen, I'm a creative writer. I don't do all that. That ain't my area. So if you want to attend the play, you have to go to the Stafford Center website. That's www.staffordcenter, and that's CENTRE, not ER, staffordcenter.com. Tickets are available now on the website. Again, don't sleep on it, because I'm telling you right now, usually a week before production, we're usually already sold out.
All right, y'all heard that, right? Y'all need to jump on these tickets right now. You do not want to miss out. I met the cast. They hilarious. They are hilarious. So I can't wait to see them in their roles that they're playing. But guys, thank you
Thank
for being
you.
here.
I'm honored, and thank you for coming into our rehearsal and our space.
Yes, I had a good
In my
time.
home.
I had a good time. So guys, if you need any information on any of the guests on this show, please contact the Our Life TV Show at gmail.com. Always like, follow, share the Our Life TV Show. You can catch me Wednesday night, 8 p.m. on the OnPoint Network, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Xbox, and AT&T. Now, until next time, guys, always empower, always encourage, pull up to the table without fear, but with confidence, and continue to remove your mask.